In this video, we will show you how to replace your headlamp assembly on this 2009 Dodge Dakota. Let's get into it. Okay friends, let's get started on our job. To remove the headlamp assembly from the body of the vehicle, make sure the hood's up, and we'll make our way right over here. To remove this bolt, we'll use a 10mm socket. Let's continue on. Underneath the headlamp, you're going to find two more 10mm headed bolts. One over here, and one a little bit more towards the corner of the headlamp assembly. Let's remove the pair. Now we can carefully grab onto that headlamp assembly. We're going to give it a little wiggle and start pulling it away from the vehicle straight forward. Keep in mind, we do still have wiring harnesses attached to the back. Along the backside, we'll continue on to disconnecting those wiring harnesses. For the headlamp bulb, you're going to find that you have a red locking tab that you need to gently pry out of its locked position. Once you have the locking tab pulled away, continue on to this area right here. You can squeeze this in and pull off the wiring harness. Every time you disconnect a wiring harness, you want to make sure that you give it a quick check. If you see any corrosion, it needs to be dealt with. That one looks fine. We'll set it aside. Now that we have the headlamp bulb dislodged, let's continue on to the directional. On this, you're going to find that you have a squeeze tab as well. Go ahead and squeeze that in and pull the wiring off. A quick check for corrosion. Set that aside. With the headlamp assembly out of the vehicle, we can continue on to removing the bulbs. To remove the headlamp bulb, just go ahead and grab onto that, give it a quick turn counterclockwise. There it is. Move along to your directional bulb. Once again, go ahead and take hold of it and turn it counterclockwise to remove it from the assembly. All right, there it is, friends. Okay, friends, let's get ready to install our brand new headlamp assembly. Let's have a look at the backside and we can continue on to installing our bulbs. Let's continue on to this area right here. You'll find that the new headlamp assembly comes with this piece, so we will remove it using a trim tool. Carefully make my way between the body and the piece itself and gently pry it out of position. Continue on to installing your bulbs. We'll align our tabs, turn it clockwise to lock it in position. Same thing for the headlamp assembly. Same thing for the headlight bulb. Just gotta turn it until everything lines up. There we are. Give each of them a wiggle to make sure they're secure. Now we can get ready to install this in the vehicle. You'll notice up along the top inner corner is where the alignment point is. Now with that said, let's continue on with the wiring. We'll go with the directional. Press it in, listen for a click. Give it a tug. Same thing for the headlight. Once you push this in and listen for a click, make sure you lock it in with the red locking tab. Let's slide this into position, making sure that we align our alignment tabs as we press it in. Put the wiring up and behind there. Now we can start in each of our three mounting bolts. It's important to make sure that you start all of them in before you tighten any of them. Now that they're started, snug them up. Now that the vehicle's back together, let's test the lamp functionality. Perfect. Now that we tested its functionality, of course, you're going to want to make sure you do the exact same thing on the other side of the vehicle. Once you've done that, you can make your way over here and continue with the headlamp alignment.
Now we're going to get the vehicle ready to aim the headlights. Start with the tire pressure, making sure all 4 tires are set at the appropriate pressure. Remove any excessive weight that's not normally in the vehicle. Find a wall that you can drive up to where the ground is level. Measure 25 feet away from that wall and mark the ground. Drive your vehicle up to that mark. With the headlights off, look for the center dot in the headlight lens. Measure from the ground to that center dot. You can use a ruler to help you out. Transferring that measurement to the wall, making a mark with some tape. On the driver's side, measure down 4 inches, putting another piece of tape. For the passenger side, you only need to measure down 2 inches. Now turning the headlights on, it is easier to do this at night or in a dark area. Locating your headlight adjuster and using a Phillips head screwdriver, turn your adjuster one way or another to bring the headlight up or down. Once the headlight is adjusted to the tape mark on the wall, move on to the next headlight. If you're confused because the beams seem to blend together, you can always have someone stand in front of the other headlight while you make your adjustments for that one. Now your headlights are aligned and you're all set to go.
When only the best will do, demand TRQ. The only company that lets you view before you do. TRQ is committed to offering the highest quality aftermarket auto parts that are engineered for peace of mind. Thanks for using and viewing with TRQ.